entitled 2011. This is a very standard issue, middle of the road thriller of no distinction, and it is not a very memorable movie. I started it, and maybe 15 minutes in, I thought to myself, wait a minute, have I seen this before? It was when I saw Ray Liotta standing beside outside a distinctive looking house beside a lake, and there was just this small bell rung in my head. Yes, this is ringing a small bell. I think I actually have seen this before. And then I had some vague image of the climax, which turned out not to be particularly accurate. But anyway, I watched another, say, 15 minutes, still unsure. Maybe, I think I have seen this, but I really don't know. And eventually, it was a case of yes, no, definitely. And there was a few other images that made me go, yes, I vaguely recall this. So, not the most memorable movie ever. I watched the whole thing, and I didn't remember any of the actual details. So essentially, I was watching the movie for the first time again. It really had made very, very little impression upon my memory beyond the image of Ray Liotta at a nice house beside a lake. Uh, it's a very solid, straightforward, unremarkable thriller. It works. It delivers its story. It does a competent job. It's perfectly fine, and it's modest in scope. It turns out at the end that there are only 16 credited actors. Watching it, I was not aware that it was that small in scope, but when I saw the end credits, I thought, yeah, that actually sounds about right. The movie is smaller in scope than it feels. Uh, Interestingly, the end credits start, and the very first thing credited is the international sales company, international sales by such and such. First of all, are there more than a few people in the world who care? But secondly, it tells you what was important to the production. This, to me, would indicate that this was a complicated financial vehicle for people to invest money in to avoid taxes or something. It was not a brilliant script filmed for high-minded artistic reasons because it was such a great story. This was a financial arrangement. This is a competent, solid script that no one objected to, that could be made at a modest price, and it's all about people financing it, putting their money in to get to write off some tax or something. So I'm just saying, you watch the movie and you can kind of feel it's a Canadian production. It's got some actors in it who are in a lot of Canadian movies. You see those people and you go, oh yeah, this is very much a Canadian movie. Stephen McHattie, I think his name is, he's in it. That's a definite tip off. So it's not the movie feels like a production that's not of a high artistic calibre. But anyway, the final movie is perfectly solid, perfectly watchable, though very forgettable. I would give the movie 6 out of 10. It was very slightly above average. It held my attention. I was mildly entertained. It was perfectly fine, though very, very unremarkable.